Howdy, I'm Matt, and this is the maiden of the flat wing Nano Talon. Now, I've had a little bit of an issue here this morning, and I've learned something really valuable. Now, it's not necessarily Nano Talon related. It's to do with the Matek F722 board and also the wing PDB on the bottom. I connected up ground and pin number 1, S1 as it said, or M1 as it says on the flight on the PDB, but actually that doesn't transfer any signal to the motor. So I've had to quickly do a quick field repair and bring the motor ground and the motor signal up to S1 on here. So don't get caught out by that. That was very frustrating, one might say, here this morning. Anyway, there's a lovely little breeze coming towards us this way. I've set this one up with a 1600 milliamp 4S. We've got a Runcam Mini Swift in the nose. We've got the video transmitter there. Already mentioned about the flight controller and doodads. There's the upgraded servo. We've got the two of the crappy, plastic geared servos in the rear end. GPS on the back. So those of you which watched the video on the diamond layout, now there's always challenges to every single model, and this one, its challenge is that the wings come off, and it's not really suitable for putting stuff out on the wings. Obviously you could if you tried, but I've tried to keep this one separated as best as humanly possible. I think that was the whole point of that other video, because we've got video transmitter here, we've got receiver here as well, its antenna here, and we've got the GPS at the back. That is about as close as far away as I could but sensibly get them, and that was the point of the video. Anyway, I've got that sorted now. So we've got right, up, down, and left. Also, it's a little pre-flight check as well, is that the surfaces are moving the right way. That's in horizon mode, so when I'm pushing it down, the elevator's going up, and in reverse, and then right, it is going to correct itself. Now, this is one of these rare occasions where I really want it to go well, and I've packed the laptop in the bag just in case. So I tell you what I'm going to do today, because it's only just myself, and I've forgotten my baseball cap. What I'm going to do, I'm going to put you up on the stand, and then you're going to see the maiden as best I can. It is a GoPro, so it's a very wide range, but I'll stand next to it. I'll get the ZOHD recording as well, and I'll give you a moment by moment launch, and because this is the first time I've tried out the flat wing. It's a big thumbs up to BonafidePirate. You'll notice these purple 3D printed parts in there. We'll be giving those a punt today and see if it's a little bit more stable than perhaps what it has been previously. So with that said, let me get you set up here on the stand. There we go. You're about eye level now. Hello. Actually, you want to go up a little bit higher so you can see some more stuff. Now, just be aware, the wind is blowing straight at you, so we're probably going to get a little bit of wind noise. Can't do much about that, I'm afraid. So let's go and get ourselves set up, and we'll give this thing a chuck. One thing which I need to tweak is that what you'll notice in the DVR when we take off is that I didn't set I've not connected up RSSI to the Crossfire Mini, and I've not put it in a separate channel, so I need to do that. It's only a minor thing. I'm not going to lose RSSI here right now, just pottering it around. So it's something which I now logged in the back of my head I need to do when I get home. So if you see 0 in the top left hand corner, that's all it is. I've just not set it up on it's set up on a separate channel on the doodah, but I've not told to look out for it. So hey ho, very simple fix, but I can't do it on the flight line. That was one of these points which I was trying to make the other day when I said the Eco-Tree Vector is just so much easier. I'd be able to sort that out on the flight line. I can't do that here without a laptop, so a bit frustrating. Anyway, we're good to go. We'll give it a go. Right. Oh, get out! Right, I'm flying in high rates at the moment. And apologies, I'm not looking at you, I'm focusing upon the model. And I didn't press record, did I? I will do that now. We are recording. Right, So she's up in the sky. She is doing fantastically well. Now, we do need a bit of trim. So what I'm going to do, I've got one of these switches. Not that one.
3D rates on.
Auto trim.
Off.
So that's holding better now.
3D rates on. Off.
Right, so I've stuck it in auto trim for a while. This is all in manual mode, by the way. Oh, got clicked into horizon. It's oscillating really badly. Did you see that? I've not had that with the. That was really quite strange. I wonder if I can. Yeah, it's oscillating really badly. Really, really, really badly. But it's flying fine. So that's just a configuration issue, I think. I'm kind of glad that I've been and brought the iPad, the pad with me this morning, because that's definitely going to help out. Do need to get those things saved in. I tell you what,
return to launch.
I'm just going to quickly hit return to launch. So it should come back at 70 meters, because that's what it's set to. It's a little bit of an oddity there. It's flying around. Oh no, here we go.
Off.
No, I've got to take it out. It's awful in horizon. It's just vibrating side to side. It's going freaking nuts. So that's the first time I've had that. So that's obviously one of the PIDs is up really, really high. Now pretty sure I chose the default setting for, I think it was not a flying wing, for an aeroplane, and that's obviously far too much for this model. Really is far too much. So yeah, bit disappointing from that point of view. Besides that, it did come back home again. Oh, I want to try.
Horizon off. Horizon.
Hang on.
Heading hold active.
So this is cruise mode. So this is cruise mode by itself. I'm just putting a bit of extra height in it. I'm having to hold quite a bit of up in there. Yeah, and your stick. Yeah, yours have an effect on there, but I'm not having the altitude hold also setting up. So anyway, let's get her back. In fact, those vibrations were so concerning, I think it might have shaken itself out the sky. So I really am glad that I brought the laptop with me today. What am I going to be going after? I'm going to be going after the PID section, which I strongly suggest you don't actually go into. It is a bit wild, to say the least. So I'm going to knock a good proportion off the PID section. And anyway, let's get it down and bring her into land. And we'll go and change some settings, and we'll take her out again and see how she does then. But that said, the flat wing is doing absolutely fine. It's not rocket. You see at the moment, it's really stable, and we're going into a headwind. So anyway, let's get this thing down.
Engine off.
Some might say that was hedged. Right, I'm going to go and get the laptop out, and I'm going to go and turn those PIDs right down. It was shaking all over the place. It was having a right old boogie. Not ideal. So let's go and tweak stuff. That's why I brought the laptop. I didn't expect it to be perfect. Not like the free wing last time. That was the peachiest maiden ever. But yeah, this one needs a bit of tweaking. Oh well. Right, I'll go and do some tweaking. I'll be back to you in a minute. Cheerios. Howdy, it's Matt. Now, I've been and jumped across to the desktop while I'm editing this video to give this bit of extra information to my logic when I was on the flight line. Now, keep in the back of your mind, I do have the laptop there, and what we saw a few moments ago was the model being very, very unstable in the pitch axis. Now, it wasn't like the model was trying to fall out the sky and going absolutely crazy. It was very, very clear. Pitch axis, sorry, in the roll axis, is that the model was not stable at all. So what I did, I fired up the laptop, I came in and I then decreased the roll PID. So you can find that in PID tunings, and then I changed the P, I just knocked numbers off. It's the simplest way. So if it was 15, I changed it to 12. If it was 40, I took it to 30, you know, and then just decreased the numbers in the roll axis because it was a super clear roll axis was an issue. And the reason why I did this is because it was very defined roll axis issue. Instead of going into, say, auto-tune, I didn't want to be doing an auto-tune and the model just going absolutely bonkers in the sky. I felt it was more sensible for me to get the model landed, maybe in a hedge, go and change the PIDs, see if that has a positive effect, which you will find out in just a moment it does, then go in and maybe tweak the settings again if required, or then just stick it in auto tune, roll it around the sky, and let the model sort itself out. Now, I do want to stress this is the first time I've ever done it in this route, and the reason for that is because I've never had an issue with iNav before where the whole airframe is shaking, especially in one axis, and it was super clear. Every other time which I've done this, and it's probably going to be the same for you, you won't need to do this. You are talking to the person who has never changed PIDs besides like once when mucking around with them with a quadcopter. PIDs, especially with iNav, do not need to be changed. That's what the auto-tune feature is. If you don't know what auto-tune is, there's a link to the iNav wiki below and it will tell you all about it. Basically, it's a fantastical mode which you just fly around for 5 minutes or so, roll, pitch, loop, do crazy stuff with the model, and iNav will sort out the PIDs for you. One of the really cool things about iNav, to say the least. Anyway, this is the journey which I went down, and I went down this one because of the reasons which I mentioned. It's extremely clear where the issue was, and it just seemed logical to me on the flight line to go manually change the PIDs, and I wouldn't suggest that for you. So I hope that's really clear. Let's get ourselves back to the flight line, because we do end up, keep this in the back of your mind, with a corking little model, and I've flown it quite a few times since the making of this video, and I'm really am enjoying her. So anyway, flight line, see you there. The only thing which I've been in changed is I got RSSI sorted, and I set the defaults. I loaded up the flying wing defaults or preset within the iNav configurator. That's the only thing which is the two things which I've changed to see if it calms down. I've never had an issue like this before. So instead of using the airplane defaults, I've gone with the flying wing defaults. We'll see if that makes a difference or not. So let's get the thingy recording. TT. Someone's on high rates, I think. Yeah, just bring it back round. So this is all manual mode at the moment, so did get knocked over then by the wind a bit. Bring her around again. Right, so let's get a bit of height on. Not as jumpy as what it was before. There you go, wing defaults, Craig. That's the answer, mate.
Wing default?
Yeah, there's presets which you can choose in iNav.
Yeah.
And I chose the flying wing presets.
Oh, right.
It's bobbing when we were going to the side, but it was quite like that a moment ago.
Return to launch. Off.
Oh no, look, there it is.
Bob it.
Oh yeah, it's going mad, isn't it?
Oh, it's a mental.
Heading hold active.
Only when you
Off.
haven't sped up.
Only when I sped up, was it?
Well, it seemed like it, yeah.
It was quite nice in air mode.
I say it was going mental then.
It was going bonkers, wasn't it?
Horizon.
So yeah, it's just a straightforward, what should we call it?
So is it overcompensating, is it?
Yeah, it's grossly overcompensating, which is not really safe, and it could be a collection of different things. It's just probably PID, so I'm going to bring her in and get her landed, alright Craig?
Off. Race mode.
Right. Get ready to catch it.
Right.
Do you mean I landed right in that edge a minute ago?
Quite high.
Yeah.
Engine off.
Get down.
Yeah.
Yeah, still wobbling around like a bit of a possessed hamster while the flight attendant returns the model. So that was a bit of a fail. RSSI was working though. That's a good sign. I'm not going to arm it back up. The RSSI was working. That was happy days. I did actually change it to link quality rather than RSSI because I'm using the Crossfire kit. Right, back to the lappy. See you in a minute. Right, here we go, attempt number 3. I've put all the values right down now in the roll axis, and we'll see if that's calmed it down. I also moved the board angle up to 3 degrees to try and level it out. So we'll give that a punt now. Can't be as bad as last time, it was a bit of a...
It was all over the place, wasn't it?
It was all over the shop, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Engines on.
Right. High rates again.
Last time there's only bad when you get it full weather,
Horizon.
isn't it?
Yeah. I expect it to twitch a little bit when I'm turning, that's alright. There you go. That's way better.
Looks right.
Yeah, it's definitely got twitchiness in it.
Yeah.
But I wonder if I can now try out waypoints.
Off. Waypoint. Race mode. Off. Race mode.
Ah, my waypoints are not saved.
Yeah.
Bummer. Right.
Horizon. Off. Horizon.
Yeah, it needs a little bit more up on the thing. Where's cruise mode? I gotta remember.
Heading hold active.
There we go. Yeah, so it's losing altitude in cruise mode. It got a bit wobbly there, and I think it was getting close to the stall when I'd pulled back on the stick so hard.
Yeah, it might have been. Yeah, it exactly wobbled.
Yeah. Yeah, that board alignment's help. I think I need another degree or so. The yaw in cruise mode is very anemic. Very, very anemic. Oh, it does help if you stick rudder in. Yeah. Yeah, rudder's actually quite effective in cruise mode. Brilliant. So what's it cruising for now? This is the standard motor, different ESC, and I'm going with the wind at the moment, so it's pulling 5 amps according to this, and we were doing like 30 miles an hour. So I'm going to bring it round into wind now. Again, I'm having to put stick input in there just to hold it level. I'm easing off now. So we're doing 13 miles an hour, so that's ground speed for 4 amps, and that's into a very, it's a light headwind, isn't it, Craig?
Yeah.
I can feel it on my face at the moment.
Yeah, there's a breeze.
There is a breeze, but that's exactly why I wanted this is why I've retrofitted this one, so we can get it out and get it flying well. So yeah, it is flying better. It just, let's get out.
Return to
I'll
launch.
try and return to launch while we're at it. Saves me having to worry about it, bring it home. So it's gone really up quite high on the knacker front. We were up to 12 amps then, weren't we, Craig?
Yeah, it looks full wedding. Still high.
Yeah, 75 metres is his altitude for return. You can hear it. There you go, she's twiddling around. Much more stable now, isn't she?
Yeah.
I think it just needs a little touch down again, maybe one down on each. And Yeah, look, she's just climbing up now, and you're not going to see that on the GoPro, are you? You're really not, because number one, it's over there, and number two, once you chuck these things, they get tiny. The radius circle's a bit large as well, isn't it? Some might say that was huge. It's about the size of a football pitch.
Yeah, but you can see it. Okay, do you know what I mean? You'll be able to see it. To land it.
Yeah, she's doing alright. She's doing alright. And actually, she's gone down much further that way because the wind's blown her down that way.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. That's the day's flying sesh done. I'll just leave it up and return to home now until it falls out of the sky. No, going to get it landed. I need to change the board direction again. And that's it. There we go. Wasn't a peachy maiden. It was probably a little bit more real. So I'm going to get the board angle up again so it flies horizontally. And I also want to, that's it, I want to go and check the waypoints. I did set this thing up for a waypoint mission, so we might be doing our first waypoint mission here this morning. Anyway, let's get it down, see if Craig can catch it. I'll see you in a moment.
Engine off.
Landed. It's really nice flying here, isn't it? There's just no respect for landing at all. Fuck it, in the hedge. It's the safest place for it. Right, I'm going to get this thing sorted out. See you again in a minute. Cheerios. Right, attempt number 4. I've narrowed them down a bit from before. It's not as wild as it once was. And 4.5 degrees now on the pitch axis to get it to fly straight. I've also combined in nav alt hold with the cruise mode so it holds its altitude. Well, that's the plan. Fingers crossed, that should work. And I was thinking about what I was saying a few minutes ago about the Eagle Tree Vector, is that if I'd stuck a Vector in it, I could sort everything out with the flight line and through the menus and the OSD, and that'd be really nice if we could have that in there. I'd like to change everything, which pretty much you can set in the configurator, if that makes sense. But we are being a bit mean, because it's open source, so basically the guys are doing it for free. We are using much less costly hardware, and anyway, that's enough on that topic. Oh, I've loaded it up with a mission as well, so we're going to do a first mission if it works. Let's go and chuck it and see what happens. Ooh.
Engines are.
You thought I was going to get it in that crop then, didn't you? Yeah. It's got quite a bit of speed on it.
I know, for a small little motor on it.
And it's only an 1870 kV motor as well.
Off.
And what motor is it? A 22?
Horizon.
04 or something like that, is that?
Yeah, 2204 I think.
Yeah. It looks quite near a stall at times, you know?
Yeah, I think that's my flying.
Heading hold active. Off.
Right.
Heading hold active.
Right, so we are now in 3D cruise mode. It's holding the height. H-stop's a bit low, but hey ho, that's in the top left hand corner. Ideally that needs to be less than 1, but it's flying alright. I'm gonna stick, oh yeah, stick some rudder in this. Holding rudder, it's bouncing a bit. It's lost height. And it definitely is managing the throttle. I've got full up elevator in it and it's climbing very anemically. Very anemic. Very, very slow to climb. So I'm sure there's a setting for that. So I'm holding full, I'm on full rates. I'm holding full elevator and I'm almost over in the bottom left hand corner for left ailerons. And it is managing the throttle, and we are doing some stuff, so happy days. Right,
Off.
I wanted to try.
Waypoint.
That was supposed to be my.
Race mode. Off. Off. Waypoint. Off. Waypoint. Off.
that doesn't seem to be working. My waypoints aren't working.
Waypoint.
Yeah, I'm all over the shop.
You are, aren't it?
Return to launch. Heading hold active. Horizon. Race mode. Horizon.
You alright?
Yeah, I'm fine. I was trying to get the waypoints sorted out, but they're not working. We definitely have too much throttle on the cruise mode for my light. Oh. It stops dead if you pull the stick back. It's definitely not as refined as the Vector, that's for sure.
Off.
At least it's flying straight now.
Seems like it, yeah.
Yeah, Horizon, that auto trims really works. It is banking off to the left just a touch, but it is what it is.
Race mode.
And take it out of manual mode now. And you'll see that the RSSI in the top left hand corner stayed at 99 for the vast majority of the flight. That's, like I said, I changed it to link quality as we went through. Hey ho. Yeah, you're not going to see any of this on the main camera, so you'll have the flight recorder up. But yeah, what's it cruising now?
Horizon.
Just still need a little bit off horizon mode. Yeah, a bit of knocked around, but that sun's got a bit warmer, hasn't it, Craig?
Yeah, it's now. Yeah. Well, the birds are about a bit thermal.
Right, I need to be coming home again. I'm just realised I'm down to 14 volts. Yeah, it's not come back, sprung back up again either. There you go, that's what you have when you're having fun, isn't it? You ram another battery into the ground. Good job, that's another reason why you fly out into wind. So that if you've got something like this, I'm gliding all the way back now. There's no stress or anything. I'm just going to move out round a bit, making sure I'm losing height as well using the altitude meter on the right hand side. And then I know that when I turn back round again, because the wind's coming from behind us almost, is that I now need to duck round and then just nurse it in. He says. Landing, Craig. Hedged.
Engine off.
So there we go, we just ran the battery into the ground. I have no idea why the waypoints aren't working. I'm bloody sure I set that up as channel 10. I will check right now in my transmitter. What switch is that? SB. SB is channel 10. And I don't know why that wasn't working. And I use that combination with manual, horizon and air, which is normal angle. And that didn't work at all. So yeah, waypoints don't seem to be working. Can't have everything, let's not complain too much. But it seems to be flying way better now, doesn't it?
Yeah, seems to be flying well.
There we go.
Small enough.
Yeah. Might be chucking that one from the top of my back garden.
Yeah, sort of.
Yeah. There you go, so that's the Nano Talon with the flat wing, thanks to Keith over at BonafidePirate. Thank you, sir, really appreciate that. That was worked out definitely quite well. It's not as rocky as what it was before, and it's holding good speed. So happy days for myself, Matt, and our model retrievement team. Thank you. See you again shortly. Cheerios. Yeah, happy days.